The quote of the day is, "Failing to plan is planning to fail."
Hi guys, and of course, welcome to my channel where we discuss building a bridge between your business ideas and of course a successful business. If you guys are new, then welcome. I'm Tiana. And if you guys are returning, then of course, welcome back. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys are always showing me. So guys, do not forget to go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Okay guys, so I know a lot of you are interested in creating a traditional business plan to attract investors. So guys, the first thing that you're going to need is a cover page. On this cover page, you're going to go ahead and insert your company's name, then your company's logo, and then you're going to follow up with your name, your job title, and then some contact information like your email address or even your phone number or a fax number if you still use that. So guys, the second portion of a business plan is the executive summary. This portion is so important. That is because it literally tells the investors what to expect with the rest of the business plan. It summarizes everything in the business plan, and they just read the rest of the pages of the business plan for more details. So it is so important that you make sure that it is enticing to the investor. So you want to make sure that you are using key points out of the business plan that they will really be interested in. So a couple of key points that you can use is the funding request. You can also use the market analysis, the organization information, and the management information. When using these key points, make sure that you're using them as subheaders instead of one massive summary. So guys, the third portion of the business plan is the company description. This portion is so important because you really get to connect with the investor by telling them all about your business. You want to go ahead and start answering questions like, when was it founded? Who founded it? Why did they found it? Who is the target audience that you guys are serving? Why do you guys serve that target audience, or why do you guys do what you guys do? You also want to answer questions like what make you guys different from your competitors, and some of the core values that your company have. You might want to insert the mission statement in there. There's so much things that you can say inside this one portion that can really connect you with the investor, because honestly, if they have the same why as you or the same values as you, then they'll definitely be more likely to invest. So go ahead and tell your business story in this portion. Just remember that when you are creating your company's description, that it is a story that you are telling to another human being. So you definitely want to make sure that you are tailoring this story to that specific investor or specific investment company. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and Google that investor company, and when you Google them, do some social media research and things like that. Find out some of their core values, and if those are truly things that you can relate to, then make sure that you're putting that in your story so that they can relate and they can naturally feel that connection and build a bond easier. So the fourth thing that you need to be adding to your business plan is that market analysis. So in the market analysis, this is really where you pretty much say, this is what happened in my industry, this is what is happening currently in my industry, and this is what is going to happen in my industry. And this will really allow you to see some of the trends in the industry that is changing, and if you really need to recreate some things in your industry, or if you really need to innovate some of the things in your industry. And so by doing that, it will really help you to become a leader in your industry. Another thing that you need to make sure that you do inside of this market analysis portion is making sure that you do a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you want to make sure that you are writing out all of your strengths. You want to brag on yourself and on your business. You want people to know why you're stronger than all of the other competitors. You also want people to know the opportunities that you have. But the only way to understand your opportunities is by looking at your weaknesses and also your threats. So what types of things can really affect you from becoming a leader in that industry, and realizing other ways to capitalize. The fifth thing to add to your business plan is organization and management. So I actually combined these two portions, but they can be separated. In this portion, all you're going to be pretty much talking about is the business structure, how the business is ran. You're going to talk about who is the management of that business and what qualifies them to even be executives in that company. You're going to talk about, is the company going to be publicly traded, or is it currently publicly traded? And you're just going to pretty much just be giving more and more information about that management team and also the structure of the business. The sixth portion of a business plan is the products and service portion. In this portion, pretty much what you'll be talking about is the products and services that you will be selling. So in this portion, you want to make sure that you do your research prior to coming up with that list of products and services, because you want to make sure that you understand some of the things that did sell in the past and some of the things that didn't work out in the past, some things that are currently working and some things that currently aren't working. And then also, you want to find out some of the things that will work in the past. Do you need to in the future? Do you need to create something new for the future, or innovate a product or service? So you really want to consider all stages of the product cycle as well, and kind of see if your product or service is something that is even in need. Does your target audience even need these things right now? And also in this portion, you want to make sure that you're adding prices. What a lot of companies do is they have 3 different price levels. This is important because you get to reach a whole lot more people. And so you want to have a cheaper price level for people who may not necessarily be able to afford your product. You want to have that medium price range with a little bit more features for your product, so that features and benefits of your product, so that those who may think that the cheaper level is a standard and they want to upgrade, they have that option. And then also, you want to make sure that you have a higher price range for those people who really are able to afford it. The 7th portion of the business plan is the marketing and sales portion. This is really important because at the end of the day, a business isn't a business unless it's making money. If it's not making money, then honey, it's a hobby, okay? So pretty much you want to make sure that you are able to get a ROI, return on your investment. You want to close those deals. So pretty much in this portion, you're going to pretty much talk about your strategy behind closing those deals. How would you market? And then how would you sell and completely close that deal so that you can begin to get a profit? So there's a couple questions that you're going to want to ask yourself. First thing is first is you're going to want to ask yourself, what is your marketing budget? If you have one or if you don't. And then you want to also ask yourself, how do I increase organic search? So how do I increase people coming to my platform, purchasing my products without me really spending any money? Them naturally wanting my product and without me trying to force it on them. You want to ask yourself, do I want to use social media a part of my strategy? If you do, then which social media platforms? You want to ask yourself, how would you rank number 1 or in the first page of major search engines like Google and Bing? So what are some things that you're going to do for that? You're going to ask yourself, what type of softwares do you need in order to make sure that you are keeping up with the volume of customers that you're having? So there's a lot of questions that you want to ask yourself in this portion, and making sure that you have a strategy, that you're able to really understand how you will really close those sales. If you're not closing those sales, then it is not a business. It is a hobby, okay? Honestly, businesses make money. Well, okay, not all businesses make money. There are some businesses who don't make money, but successful businesses make money. The 8th portion of the business plan is the financial portion. So this portion is really important because this is really what the investors need to know. In this financial portion, you will be doing a funding request. And what a funding request is it is pretty much saying this is the amount of money that I need, and it's asking for that amount of money. Whether you're giving them a stake in the company so that they become a shareholder, or if it's just a loan that you have to pay back at X amount of interest, you want to make sure that you are discussing that in that funding request. and telling them why you need it and what you're going to do with that money. So in the financial portion of it, you're going to make sure that you are you're giving them a breakdown of all those numbers, so that they really understand the current state of your business and what you can do to increase your ROI. So pretty much in that financial portion, you want to make sure that you understand what your revenue is, what your net income is. You want to make sure that you're creating kind of like a balance sheet in those portions. And really, I think it's really beneficial to even create charts and graphs, so that it is visually appealing, but still has all that data that they do need in order to make a educated decision. The ninth and final part of any business plan is that appendix. The appendix is where you show proof to the investors that everything that you said was accurate. And so this is really where you will put all of your supporting documents. And so honestly, y'all, this is where you'll put some of those intangible assets, such as trademarks. If you have proof that you do have a trademark, you'll put any contracts that you already have with other people. So let's say that you have a product and you're selling it, and you just have a contract with Walmart, saying that they'll sell X amount of your product inside that store. You want to make sure that you have that inside of your appendix. You want to put your resumes of the management team in your appendix, and also some references. Who can these people contact to make sure that they know a little bit more about you and how other people view working with you. So there's so much things that you can really put in here, including some of the regulations, showing proof that you are abiding by some of those regulations, whether it is by the state or by the national government. Or even if you're international, making sure that you are abiding by all of those regulations and showing proof of each regulation that you are abiding by. So guys, unfortunately, it is the end of the video. But if you guys have enjoyed this content, do not forget to go ahead and click that like button so I know to create similar content. And also, guys, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you are looking to join a growing community. And of course, if you guys would like to stay connected with me, feel free to go ahead and start commenting in that comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And guys, I cannot wait to see you all soon. Bye!